Very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. It's a very beautiful Thursday night, and we are here, of course, to serve you the latest in the world of sports. My name is Tony Ibitoye. I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us, and also promise that for the next 15 minutes, we will put all that we can into Sports Tonight this Thursday to make it as enjoyable as possible for you. Let me introduce, before I go into the details of what we've packaged this Thursday, let me introduce Dumnadio Konta, starting off the show with me this Thursday, to my immediate right. And of course, Yemi Adebayo is also starting off the show with me tonight. But let's tell you that later on, don't forget it's a Thursday night, later on we will be talking chess on Sports Tonight. Tunde Ogunshiku is here with a champion, a young champion. And Tunde Ogunshiku also has some fantastic news for chess in Nigeria. But that will be reserved for when Tunde himself comes on set to announce what he's got for us, so that I don't just let the cat out of the bag and then take out the surprise element that Tunde has packaged for us on chess this Thursday. All right, but gentlemen, good to have you guys on Sports Tonight. Yeah. Yemi Dumnodi, I hope you guys have recovered. About this time yesterday, the Nigeria-Ghana game was still ongoing. And we were hoping, praying, but unfortunately. Well, we'll talk about that later, but I'm just asking whether you guys have recovered.
You have. It does leave a bitter taste in your mouth, but the hangover gone since yesterday. I mean, you've seen many matches. Look forward. Yeah, you've seen many matches we've won, we've lost. You take consolation on the fact that we played well. But it does leave a bitter taste. If not that
we couldn't just go all the way.
If not that you're a professional, you will feel like not talking about football for the next
but they're used to it. But don't worry, you win some, you lose some. We have to get ready quickly. The problem with a tournament of this nature, particularly when you have to play a losers final, is that you don't have all the time to mourn. You have to get back as quickly as possible and get ready to play again. You have to get ready for losers final on Saturday.
Just at first, it's not an European competition where you don't have third place. So you have a lot of time to more. But at this level, you still have an opportunity. You still have a losers final, a consolation. Like someone said yesterday, he said, Pelele, no, pom pom.
It's a pity. But I don't understand what you're saying. But it's really... But we'll talk about it later on. We will look at the positives from Chan, the way forward, and all of that. I don't think we should just throw away everything that way. We need to still pick out what we did right, what we didn't do right, and all of those things going forward. But tonight, let's start the show off with the feedback. Tell you once again that we want you to be a part of what we're doing on Sports Tonight. We'd like you to talk to us. We'd like to hear your opinion about some of the issues. Talk to us about the loss to Ghana. I've read a lot of opinion. A lot of people have reacted in different ways. But you talk to us as well. Were there any positives from the African Nations Championship for Nigeria? Now that the CHAN is over, the next assignment is the 2014 World Cup for Nigeria. Keshi will be out with the 40-man list very soon. So talk to us about it and let us know what positives you have picked out, which of the players you think should be called into the 40-man list that will be hoping to go to the World Cup. The platforms are showing on your screen. On Facebook, channels, iPhone Sports is active, is working. On Twitter, at channels_sports as well. Go on there, tweet at this handles, at Tony Bitoye. That's my handle. We will also be able to react to some of these things real time. As we talk about it, as they come in, we will share your thoughts with thousands of people, millions who are watching Sports Tonight from across the globe, online, on all platforms. So we will be doing that on the program tonight. Gentlemen, that the CHAN was going on blocked our minds from the transfer window. We were thinking about the CHAN so much. The transfer window is going. But let's talk about the transfer window as it relates to Nigeria now. Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo is in the news. I mean, that's the only Nigerian move. Okay, Dele has also moved, but this is the big one. Yobo coming back to the English Premier League. Not to Everton this time. Is coming to Norwich City.
I left in 2012.
And this is Fenerbahce confirming the loan arrangement.
The loan arrangement till the end of the season. And some have said he has his eyes on the World Cup.
That's it. And he has to play regularly to justify his place.
And he has to be seen, because most of us watch the English Premier League. Yobo is a fantastic player, played for a long time with Everton. And coming to Norwich, that has a good blend of African players as well, we will be able to see and judge for ourselves if he still merits a place in the senior national team. Because of course you don't get to see games in Turkey as you would see the English Premier League. Maybe once in a while when the teams play in the European Champions League, maybe. But I think it's a good move for him if he can be consistent, playing week in, week out, stay off injuries. Then is in with a shot. But apart from fighting for a place in the Super Eagles, his career too, his stock is fast depleting.
He's aging. Yobo has paid his dues. He's been there since the 2002 World Cup.
First signing for David Moyes.
Yeah, that was he moved from Marseille. From Marseille, Standard Liège to Marseille to Everton. 2002. That's for 12 years ago. Playing at the top flight. He's paid his dues. He's aging. So we should expect that he's gradually winding down his career. I'm sure if he goes to this World Cup, if he's able to make the Nigerian squad to the World Cup, that will be his last
fulfilled
international engagement for Nigeria, and then he'll be thinking about maybe going to China or going to where did Yakubu go to just recently? Yakubu has moved to Qatar. Go to Qatar, make the last
big payday. Anybody would do that, but I think it's also a brave move for him, trying to show us that, look, guys, you can see me, and
I'm still good enough.
I'm still good enough. Make up your minds, and it's also a subtle way of telling Coach Stephen Keshi that, look, I mean, compare me with some of the other players. Well, as it stands, some of those other players that he would be fighting for places with are also in the English Premier League. So I think it's a good one for him and for Nigeria if he's able to stay fit, stay injury fit, and force his way into the Norwich side.
All right, so that's it for Joseph Yobo about the biggest high-profile movement for Nigeria. Dele also moved to Greece
as well.
Osaze moved from Cardiff to Stoke City, but this is about the biggest of them all. Joseph Yobo beating the transfer deadline and crossing from Fenerbahce in Turkey to the English Premier League with Norwich. An opportunity for us to see Joseph Yobo once again. All right, we'll go on our first break. Well, we don't want to see this game again, but we need to, if you taste victory all the time, you need once in a while to taste that bitter pill of defeat. It balances it out for you, and it's just good for us to revisit what happened yesterday. Bring you highlights of Nigeria-Ghana, the penalty shootout, because they ended goalless. Penalty shootout. We'll come back, talk about the positives of Chan. And going forward, we'll look at all of that. We'll also talk about the Globe Premier League, because there are big movements being announced from some of the top clubs. We'll talk about all of that and more on Sports Tonight.
Solidly home from the man who's been a hero for Nigeria in their last 3 matches. Their 3 successive victories leading up to the semi-final. Chigozie. Not saving the first. Can Stephen Adams save against Uzoeni here, who tucks it away comfortably. To take a 2-goal advantage in, and struck home powerfully. Signs of discomfort, the earlier groin injury. Stephen Adams on the line, Kwame. Denied! Adams pulls out the save that gives Ghana the advantage. And this one side gets an unassailable lead. Big game Anuson had. Can he cap it all off with a successful penalty conversion? This time he does. Goes high and to the corner. Ghana lead 3-1 in the penalty shootout. Up against Stephen Adams. Just made the save. Advantage of the situation that had been handed to them, but that kick now sends Ghana into the final for the second time.
Stars were the better team from the penalty spot, and that's why they will be playing in the final on Saturday. But let me start with you. I'm not happy with the attitude of some of these players to penalty shootout. I saw Azubike Egweke, who played 120 minutes. I saw him put on a bib and he went to stay with the substitutes during penalty shootout. Clearly, there's something wrong with that. It's like he doesn't believe he needs to get near the penalty spot.
Yeah, even the
Is it a sign that we didn't work too hard on our penalties?
I think it was nerves. Even the
said anxiety.
Maybe that too. Even the best players that regularly score penalties, sometimes the occasion just gets bigger than you, and it doesn't get. For Azu, I'm not making a case for him. So what happened?
The Federation Cup penalty,
and
Federation Cup
that
final.
still haunts him.
So he doesn't want to get near the spot.
I know. I just don't want to be there. But you see, those penalty kicks. It's a lottery. Anybody could win a penalty, but the way we lost those penalty kicks, you would want to think that we didn't envisage. We never thought it would get to that. It was poorly taken penalties on a day. I mean,
the Ghanaians were clinical.
I mean, converted.
I think it was only this one was close for Chigozie Agbim. Only the first one was close.
Well, in fairness to him, he went in the right direction all the penalties. But that doesn't count for anything if you don't stop the penalties. But a lot of positives to take. But you know, it leaves a bitter. It's like it leaves a bitter taste. Once you remember how well this team played, in spite of the fact that the league is not on and all the others, and I mean,
close again.
It's just
this is the one Nigerians don't want to see.
Solomon Kwambi.
This is a lesson on how not to take a penalty. In
no power behind it.
He didn't show any sign of confidence. Obviously, at that point, I felt this one is going to be 50-50.
At the point where you know that you had to score to keep us in the game, you go for safety first. I mean, safety first. In that kind of a situation, I would forgive you.
And who can stop the Ghanaians?
In that kind of a situation, I would forgive a guy if you hit the woodwork.
This guy had a fantastic tournament. Ogona was almost scoring a goal in the last minute of extra time. But this is not how to play penalty too.
I mean, lessons on that. Lessons on how not to play penalty.
And that was the winner.
It's
what
really
a fantastic way to win.
A game we should have won. A game we had
in 90 minutes actually.
They had no business going into extra time. But to even talk of penalties.
All right. Before we talk about the positives and the negatives, let's tell you that Nigeria will still have one game to play. That was why we were talking about shaking up that defeat as quickly as possible and focusing on the next game. There's still a third place game to be played for Nigeria, and it's going to be on Saturday. Nigeria will be playing against Zimbabwe. A lot of people had expected that this is supposed to be the final match, but instead it's the losers final. And that's how life is. But for a team playing in the tournament for the first time, finishing with a bronze medal, not bad for Nigeria. So we should really go for something in this game.
For most Nigerians who don't know that we are featuring at the CHAN for the very first time, they want to see this as it's not third place. It's not getting a bronze. It's not in Nigeria. There's not a consideration for them because they felt this should have been a tournament in the ticket for Nigeria. But we are playing for the first time, and some other teams have been here. Congo have been. So we can take this as
Libya are